Considering the kind of decisions Peter and the rest of the Griffin family have made over the years, it's safe to say that they aren't the smartest of people. However, Stewie Griffin isn't like them, and thanks to his incredibly high IQ, he can do much more than count numbers.
Can I count to 3? For God's sake, I'm already shooting at a 5th grade level.
Using his genius, Stewie created machines and gadgets you'd only expect to see in a sci-fi movie, and in today's video, we'll be going over the best of those inventions and ranking them based on how impressive they were.
Time to be bad.
Number 1. The gene-altering device. Let's kick things off with one of his most recent inventions, the GAD, short for gene-altering device, that would allow Stewie to keep his brain power intact even after puberty and preventing him from becoming, as Brian would put it, a full-blown bozo.
Bozo the clown?
However, the machine didn't work as intended. Instead of changing Stewie's genes so he wouldn't become an idiot once he hits puberty, the gene-altering device turned him into, well, whatever you call this thing. It turns out that Brian lied about the Griffins turning into morons after puberty, which caused a huge error in Stewie's calculations. While the GAD still has that signature Stewie flair, it's a total dud in terms of functionality, and for that, we give it a D. Number 2, the Shrink Ray. The classic Shrink Ray. Stewie whipped up this bad boy to show Brian how it feels when you aren't as tall as everyone else, and unlike the GAD, it works exactly how it's supposed to. However, Stewie accidentally left a tiny, no pun intended, design flaw.
That's impossible. My science is correct.
Stewie's Shrink Ray has 2 buttons. The one with the word tiny is for shrinking stuff, and the other is for reverting stuff back to their original size. The problem is that the button that turns things normal is tiny compared to the one with the word tiny. So when Stewie tells Brian to press the tiny button, he instead presses the button with the word tiny, shrinking both of them down to a microscopic size. Well, the Shrink Ray did work because of that design flaw and the fact that you can practically put your finger on any sci-fi TV show and find a Shrink Ray in it. We'll give this one a C.
Oh no. What?
Number 3, the shrinking ship. Shrinking yourself might sound like a good idea, but when you're the size of a golf ball, everything else around you is gigantic, including beings that consider tiny things as food.
Stewie!
But what if you had a shrinking ship equipped with blaster cannons? Well, Stewie has one, and to be honest, it looks sick, which is why it's an easy B tier for this invention. And number 4, the clone machine. Wouldn't it be nice if you had a clone of yourself who could take your place for all the boring stuff, while you enjoy more time for things like watching TV or maybe a brand new video from Anadome? Well, in one episode, Stewie actually made precisely that.
You cloned yourself?
Talk about mad science. Impressed with the idea and the practicality of it, Brian asks if Stewie can make one for him as well. Stewie did make another one. Those clones weren't exactly the pinnacle of perfection.
Did you wash my car like I asked?
No, but I hit it with a rock.
Yeah, the F tier probably seems more right for this one. Number 5, the Multiverse teleporter. Imagine the weirdest possible alternate reality you can think of. Maybe a universe where everything is a Disney animation, or reality where everyone has 2 heads.
Oh, this is too freaky.
Now imagine you could visit those realities. Well, you actually can do that with Stewie's Multiverse teleporter, a device that teleports you to weird alternate realities. For its sheer creativity, endless potential, and the wild ride it takes us on, the Multiverse teleporter earns the S tier without a doubt. It's a shame it got destroyed while Brian and Stewie were fighting over who gets to use it.
What the hell, man? Look what you did!
And number 6, the time machine. For the next one, we've got the king of all sci-fi inventions, the time machine.
Time machine? I didn't know you had a time machine.
Yep, that's right, folks. Stewie managed to build a machine that will let him travel back in time or years ahead into the future, which actually appears quite often throughout the series. Ranking the flipping time machine any lower than S tier would be unfair, since there just aren't many inventions cooler than a device that lets you bend the very fabric of time itself. Just imagine the kind of adventures you could go on.
Prepare yourself, Brian, and I'll show you.
At number 7, rocket skis. Slapping rockets onto a pair of skis and calling them rocket skis technically isn't an invention, at least not an impressive one. Considering the stuff Stewie made, let's put this one in the C tier. And the only reason it's not going to the D tier is because, come on, it's a pair of rocket skis, and how cool is that?
Oh wait, I totally have rockets in my skis.
At number 8, the ray gun. Let's take a look at the ray gun, Stewie's most iconic invention and probably his most lethal one. It's also his most reoccurring invention across the series, appearing also in the first episode of Family Guy, Death Has a Shadow, where he disguised it as a sandwich.
What the deuce are you staring at? It's tuna fish.
You don't want to become one of Stewie's enemies, because if somebody as much as just mildly irritates him, it'll take him less than a second to bust out his ray gun and make quick work of whoever he's annoyed with. As far as ranking is concerned, the ray gun gets a solid A. At number 9, the mind control device. Imagine having a device that allows you to control the mind of someone while they have no idea what's happening to them. Now imagine handing over that device to a 1-year-old.
Return the device, woman.
Fortunately for the Griffin family, that 1-year-old was Stewie, and he used his mind control device to get Peter out of jail and his job back. However, the device doesn't give you complete control. Instead, you can only use it to influence the decisions people make. Therefore, we'll have to put it in the B tier. At number 10, the hypnotic control device. device. If you thought tricking people into making decisions in your favor was cool, wait till you see what Stewie's hypnotic control device can do. You can think of it as a video game controller connected to a person that allows you to make them do whatever you want.
Eyes open. Voice test. I'm Chris.
I'm Chris.
Since this is clearly better than Stewie's older mind control device, this deserves the A tier. At number 11, the weather control device. Remember we talked about how Stewie would be willing to blast someone with his ray gun if they do something as trivial as annoy him? Well, in one episode, Stewie built a weather control device that makes the Earth's temperature colder, so no one can grow broccoli anymore.
Well then, my goal becomes clear. The broccoli must die.
Can you guess why he went to such lengths to get rid of a vegetable? Well, he did it because he didn't like how it tasted. Yikes! Talk about evil. While the machine got destroyed, being able to change the weather to whatever you want is impressive. Over to the B tier club for the weather machine. At number 12, the simulation machine. Okay, so the simulation machine is probably the most hated invention on this list, especially for those who know how it got revealed on the show. It actually took 2 entire episodes. In the first episode, spoiler alert, Stewie kills Lois, and in the second, she kills Stewie, which are ironically also the names of the 2 episodes. However, it's revealed in the end that everything that happened for the 2 straight episodes was just a simulation.
Oh, what you're saying is that what you experienced in the simulation didn't really happen or even matter.
And the worst part is that the machine isn't even that impressive. You could probably end up with a similar device by modifying a VR headset. And that's why it's the F tier for this one. At number 13, the mass hypnosis device. Considering how obsessed he is about having complete control over the entire human race, it doesn't make sense why Stewie would stop at only 2 mind control devices. Well, he didn't. Instead of letting go of the mind control obsession, he invented a mass hypnosis device.
Give them back to me. They're of no use to you.
However, things didn't go exactly according to plan. The B tier seems about right. At number 14, the particle interchange transport. Ah, yes, this machine is another classic sci-fi invention.
How do you know about the machine?
The particle interchange transport is just a fancy name for a machine that allows 2 people to swap bodies and in the episode, switch the flip.
Okay, I'm off to get you a job, a girlfriend, and onto the road less scummy.
While the machine works and Brian and Stewie end up switching bodies with each other, it isn't exactly groundbreaking when it comes to sci-fi television. Plus, you probably don't have a massive list of people you'd want to swap bodies with, so the B tier seems fitting for this one. At number 15, the digital dream interface. We've all wanted to hop inside someone's dream or invite someone over to our own dreams when we were little. Well, Stewie's nightmare monster drove him into creating a machine that would allow him to do precisely that.
What the hell is that?
It's a digital dream interface.
With the help of the digital dream interface, Brian entered the sleeping mind of Stewie, aka his dream, and helped him get rid of the monster. This final ranking might sound controversial to a lot of you, but we'll place this one in the S tier. While it isn't as impressive as a time machine or a multiversal teleporter, you'd probably have the same, if not more, fun with this one. So there you have it, folks. These were some of Stewie's best inventions. Do you agree with our ranking, or would you change things around a bit? Let us know in the comment section below if you want more videos like this.
So what, that means the show's over?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Good night.